Did you know that our muscles do not actually grow in the gym, but instead, they become stronger while we sleep? Many people are surprised when they hear this, because for years we have believed that the hours of training were the key. But the truth is that training only damages the small muscle fibers. The healing, regeneration, and strengthening all take place during sleep. I remember one of my patients, his name was James, 68 years old, who once told me, "Doctor, I train hard, but every morning I wake up with back pain and aching legs. I feel like the more I train, the weaker I become." Perhaps you have felt the same way, giving your best effort, yet not seeing the results you hoped for. Many people at that point think immediately about magnesium, because magnesium can help us sleep better and relax more. That is true, but not enough. To truly recover and build muscle, our body needs more than that. There are two vitamins I want you to pay attention to. They are like silent workers, laboring through the night to heal every muscle fiber, to protect every joint, every tendon, every bone. This is not some distant secret, but something science has already proven, and my experience with hundreds of older patients confirms it. When they learned how to supplement correctly, their mornings were no longer heavy and painful, but light, strong, and full of energy to start a new day. And that is the key for us, those who have passed half of life, to still walk steadily, without the fear of falling, without being haunted by lingering pain in the back or the knees. If this is your first time visiting this channel, I invite you to subscribe and share the video, because perhaps this simple knowledge can help not only you, but also your loved ones and friends discover a more effective and lasting way to restore muscle health. When we talk about health, we often think about diet, exercise, vitamins, or supplements. But there is something basic that we sometimes forget: sleep. I often call sleep the secret training room of the body, because during the time we relax, close our eyes, and enter a quiet state, inside the body there is a busy construction site. Have you ever experienced a tiring day, then slept deeply, and the next morning woke up feeling as if your body had been recharged with new energy? That is not a coincidence. That is the result of a series of amazing biological processes happening while you sleep. During deep sleep, the body begins to release growth hormone, an important hormone that some people even call the elixir of youth. This hormone is not only for teenagers, but even when we are in our 60s or 70s. It plays a decisive role in muscle recovery, tissue regeneration, and healing small injuries inside the body. One of my patients, Linda, 72 years old, often practiced gentle yoga. She shared that only when she slept deeply did she feel her muscles soft and flexible in the morning. If she lost sleep at night, in the morning she felt stiff, and it took her an hour just to move normally. Sleep is also the time when testosterone, the hormone linked with muscle strength, is regulated. Many people think testosterone is only important for men, but the truth is that women also need it to maintain bone density and muscle flexibility. When we sleep, well, testosterone levels are balanced, helping our muscles maintain strength and resist the muscle loss of aging. At the same time, deep sleep lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that, if kept too high for too long, will erode muscles, weaken bones, and keep us in a constant state of fatigue and anxiety. A full night of sleep is like erasing a debt of cortisol, bringing the body back to balance, ready for a new day. I want you to imagine this. Think of your body as a house. During the day, you build, repair, and operate it. And naturally, there will be wear and tear. At night, when you sleep, is when the workers quietly arrive to replace each brick, repaint each wall, strengthen each pillar. If you cut your sleep short, or your sleep is restless, it is like those workers leaving the job unfinished, with walls incomplete and foundations unsteady. And you will feel that in your body: tired, sore, and weaker muscles. Many modern medical studies have proven that those who sleep enough and with quality are able to preserve muscle mass better, react more quickly, and have a lower risk of falling and fractures. I have seen a clear difference between two groups of patients. One group treated sleep as part of training, the other ignored it, sleeping little and staying up late. The result was that the first group recovered faster after injuries, with more flexibility and vitality. Sadly, in modern life, sleep is often the first thing we cut short. We stay up late for another movie, to scroll on the phone, or to worry about work and family. But I want to remind you, Sleep is not a luxury. It is the golden time for the body to heal itself. The more you value sleep, the more your body will thank you by giving you health, flexibility, and a clear mind. Another patient of mine, Charles, 65 years old, once suffered from chronic insomnia due to work stress. As a result, his body grew weaker, and even a little exercise made him tired. When he learned to adjust his habits, to go to bed on time, to limit coffee in the afternoon, and to add the nutrients he needed, his sleep gradually returned. After only 3 months, he said he felt 10 years younger. His story is clear proof that our muscles and health depend not only on what we do when awake, but also on how we rest while asleep. So next time you lie down in bed, remember that you are giving your body a gift. Every hour of deep sleep is an hour when your muscles are healed and nourished to become stronger. Do not take that lightly. If you find these insights helpful, I invite you to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can continue walking with us on the journey of keeping the body healthy and full of vitality. No matter your age, vitamin D, strength for muscles and hormones. Many of us, when we hear about vitamin D, simply think of it as the sunshine vitamin. And it is true that sunlight is the most important natural source. But if we stop there, we miss almost the entire true power of vitamin D. In reality, vitamin D functions in the body like a hormone, a silent commander that directs hundreds of processes related to muscles, bones, joint, and even the immune system. I remember a patient named Robert, 70 years old, who often came to my clinic with a heavy, slightly limping walk. He complained that recently he became tired very quickly after exercise, and his muscles were not as strong as before. At first, he thought it was just a normal sign of aging, but when we tested his blood, the results showed that his vitamin D levels were much lower than necessary. We began supplementation along with lifestyle adjustments. Just a few months later, Robert returned with a bright smile. I feel as if I have found my old legs again, walking faster and exercising with more energy. So what exactly did vitamin D do for his body? First, vitamin D plays a role in activating muscle protein synthesis. In other words, it is like a construction supervisor directing each brick, each protein molecule, to be placed correctly to build strong muscle structure. Without vitamin D, this process slows down. Muscles become loose and weak. You may train diligently, but the results will not be worthy. Second, vitamin D is directly linked to testosterone, the hormone known as the flame of the body's strength. When testosterone levels remain stable, muscles are strong, bone density is solid, and the mind is sharper. But when vitamin D is lacking, testosterone decreases, and the result is a serious impact on body strength. I have witnessed older men complain that they were losing interest in training, and when checked, the root cause was vitamin D deficiency. Interestingly, even women need testosterone to maintain bone strength and muscle flexibility. Therefore, vitamin D does not distinguish between genders. It is a common companion for all of us. Another important role of vitamin D is supporting the absorption of calcium and phosphorus, two foundational minerals for the skeletal and muscular system. You may drink milk and eat many vegetables rich in calcium, but without vitamin D, your body is like a locked door, unable to absorb those valuable nutrients. This is why many older people, even with a fairly balanced diet, are still prone to fractures or joint pain. Have you ever felt constant fatigue, weak muscles, or lack of progress in training? It could be your body signaling a cry for help, telling you that vitamin D is insufficient. A long-term deficiency not only weakens muscles, but also makes the immune system less effective and the mind sluggish. One little-known fact is that the timing of vitamin D supplementation can make a difference. Many people take vitamin D in the morning, and that is not wrong. But if your goal is muscle recovery, taking it in the evening is more reasonable. Evening is when the body shifts into an anabolic state, where growth hormone and testosterone are most active. At that time, vitamin D is like fuel arriving at the right moment, ensuring that the processes of muscle regeneration and tissue recovery happen fully during sleep. I often suggest patients try this habit for 30 days. The results are impressive. Less pain in the morning, a clearer mind, and more flexible muscles. One patient, Susan, 66 years old, who used to suffer from knee pain, told me, I never thought that such a small change in the timing of taking vitamin D could make such a big difference. So do not look at vitamin D as just a simple sunshine vitamin. See it as a powerful hormone, a quiet teacher directing your body to be stronger, more flexible, and more resilient. And most importantly, let vitamin D accompany your sleep, because it is in sleep that the body enters the healing and regeneration phase. If you are watching this video and find the information helpful, I invite you to like and subscribe. These insights may not only help you, but also someone close to you who is struggling with fatigue and pain, helping them regain the strength they thought was lost. Together, we are building a community where age is not the end of health and flexibility, but the beginning of a new journey of living strong and whole. Vitamin C, restoring connective tissue and fighting inflammation. When people think about vitamin C, most immediately recall its role in boosting immunity, fighting colds, or acting as an antioxidant. However, for those over 60, vitamin C also plays an equally important role in maintaining musculoskeletal health, especially in restoring connective tissue and controlling inflammation after activity. This is the decisive factor for keeping flexibility, reducing injury risk, and improving training outcomes even in older age. Vitamin C and collagen synthesis, the foundation of connective tissue. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the body, making up about 25 to 35% of total protein. It forms the main structure of tendons, ligaments, cartilage, bones, and skin. For older people, the natural decline of collagen weakens joints and tendons, leading to pain, tears, or inflammation. Vitamin C is the key factor that allows the body to synthesize collagen. Without vitamin C, collagen chains cannot form a strong structure, leaving connective tissues weak, wounds slow to heal, and joints less flexible. This is why daily vitamin C supplementation helps maintain a healthy connective tissue system, supports smooth joint movement, and keeps muscles firmly attached, fighting inflammation and free radicals after activity. When the body exercises, especially with strength training or stretching, micro damage appears in muscle fibers and connective tissues. This is a natural response of training that stimulates growth and recovery. However, it is accompanied by localized inflammation and free radical production, making people feel sore and tired the next day. Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant that neutralizes harmful free radicals. It also reduces excessive inflammatory responses, helping the body recover faster and limiting delayed onset muscle soreness. This is particularly beneficial for older adults, as their natural anti-inflammatory and tissue repair capacity decreases with age. The secret of taking vitamin C in the evening. An interesting point is that taking vitamin C in the evening may bring more benefits than during the day. This is because during deep sleep, the body enters the tissue regeneration cycle and muscle recovery. At that time, vitamin C maximizes its role in collagen synthesis, inflammation control, and connective tissue protection. Many people over 60 have shared that when they maintain the habit of taking vitamin C in the evening, the next morning they wake up with less pain, and a more refreshed mind. This is the result of proper nutrition, timed with the natural rhythm of the body. Dosage and safe sources of supplementation. According to experts, adults should supplement, on average, 75 to 90 milligrams of vitamin C per day. For older adults who need muscle recovery and joint protection, the amount may be slightly higher depending on health condition. You can choose vitamin C-rich foods such as oranges, lemons, grapefruit, kiwi, strawberry, bell peppers, or broccoli. If supplementation through products is needed, it is best to choose ester forms of vitamin C, or those combined with bioflavonoids, as they absorb well and are less irritating to the stomach than regular vitamin C. However, you should consult a doctor to determine the appropriate dosage, especially if you have underlying health conditions. Why should older adults prioritize vitamin C? After 60, aging factors cause connective tissue to deteriorate, while natural antioxidant ability declines. As a result, the risk of arthritis, joint degeneration, and soft tissue injuries rises. Therefore, Vitamin C is not only a simple immune booster, but also a key to protecting the musculoskeletal system, maintaining flexibility, and extending active lifespan. In addition, vitamin C also participates in the formation of new blood vessels, improving circulation, delivering oxygen and nutrients to muscles more effectively. This helps maintain strength, reduce fatigue, and support older adults in keeping an active lifestyle. If you find the information about vitamin C useful for health after 60, do not forget to like the video, share it with friends, and subscribe to the channel to keep learning more scientific and safe health tips. The role of the immune system in muscle recovery. When talking about muscles, most people often think about training, nutrition, or sleep. However, there is one silent, yet very important factor that is often overlooked: the immune system. For people over 60 years old, the immune system is not only the shield protecting the body from bacteria and viruses, but it is also the commander in the process of muscle recovery after exercise. If the immune system functions poorly, training regularly may not bring the expected results, and the body can easily fall into a state of fatigue and prolonged soreness. The immune system, the manager of the repair process. When you exercise, especially strength training or resistance training, muscle fibers undergo microscopic damage. This is a natural mechanism that helps stimulate muscle growth. However, for the muscles to truly recover and regenerate, the body needs the involvement of the immune system. Immediately after training, the immune system mobilizes white blood cells to the damaged muscle fibers. Their job is to clean up damaged cells, remove free radicals, and initiate the anti-inflammatory process. When inflammation is properly controlled, new muscle cells can regenerate, making the muscles stronger and more flexible. If the immune system is weakened, this process slows down, causing the body to experience soreness, poor recovery, and loss of motivation to continue exercising. A weak immune system. The weakness behind poor training results. At 60 years old and above, the immune system often declines due to natural aging. As a result, the body becomes more prone to illnesses, ranging from mild colds to chronic arthritis. When the body is weak, training routines are disrupted, muscles shrink, and strength decreases. Even when exercising with determination, slow recovery leads to unsatisfactory results. A strong immune system means that the body is always ready for muscle regeneration. On the other hand, a weak immune system makes you miss the golden opportunity for muscles to grow after each training session. Vitamin D, the conductor of the immune response. Vitamin D is not only essential for maintaining strong bones, it is also the conductor of the immune system. Many studies have shown that vitamin D helps regulate the activity of T cells and B cells, which are the main warriors of the immune system. Importantly, vitamin D not only strengthens the body's defense against pathogens, but also helps control inflammation. When muscles are damaged, inflammation is necessary to remove injured tissue, but prolonged inflammation makes recovery difficult and leads to persistent pain. Vitamin D balances this process so that inflammation occurs at the right level, allowing muscles to regenerate quickly. Vitamin D deficiency, which is very common in older adults, not only weakens the bones, but also makes the body more prone to inflammation, fatigue, and slow recovery. Therefore, proper vitamin D supplementation is an essential part of maintaining muscle health. Vitamin C, the energy source for white blood cells. If vitamin D is the conductor, then vitamin C is the fuel for immune cells. White blood cells, especially neutrophils and lymphocytes, need vitamin C to function effectively. With sufficient vitamin C, white blood cells can quickly destroy bacteria and viruses and handle inflammation after training. Vitamin C is also a powerful antioxidant, protecting white blood cells from free radical damage. At the same time, it aids in tissue repair and supports collagen synthesis, helping tendons, ligaments, and muscles recover stronger and more resilient. Without vitamin C, the immune system weakens, making you prone to infections, colds, and slow wound healing. This means training gets interrupted and muscles fail to achieve proper growth. The duo of vitamin D and vitamin C, the key to steady recovery. Vitamin D and vitamin C form a powerful pair for boosting immunity and supporting muscle recovery. Vitamin D ensures that inflammation is controlled, while vitamin C provides the energy for the immune system to work efficiently. As a result, the body stays ready for exercise and regeneration. For example, A 65-year-old who trains with resistance exercises 3 times a week may feel fatigued, recover slowly, and easily catch colds if lacking vitamin D or vitamin C. But with both nutrients properly supplemented, they will feel healthier, less sore, and able to maintain consistent exercise, which is vital to preventing muscle loss after 60. The best way to support the immune system after 60. To keep the immune system strong and effective. Besides adding vitamin D and vitamin C, older adults should also maintain deep quality sleep so white blood cells can regenerate. Eat a balanced diet with plenty of vegetables, fresh fruits, and foods rich in zinc and selenium. Exercise moderately, avoiding overtraining that can weaken immunity. Manage stress, since prolonged stress lowers immune strength. The combination of a healthy lifestyle and proper nutrition creates the foundation for both good health and faster muscle recovery. If you find this information helpful, please like the video, share it with friends, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel to continue walking with us on the journey of health after 60. Magnesium is only the foundation, not enough to build muscle. Over many years of working with older patients, I have noticed a common belief. Many people think that simply taking magnesium is enough to improve sleep, reduce stress, and therefore help muscles recover. This is partly true, but not the whole picture. Magnesium is like the foundation of a house. Essential, but never sufficient. If you want muscles to truly become stronger, more flexible, and resistant to aging, you need more building blocks to complete the structure. And those are vitamin D and vitamin C. Magnesium, the essential foundation. Magnesium is an important mineral involved in more than 300 biochemical reactions in the body. For the nervous system, magnesium calms, reduces stress, and helps the body enter deep sleep more easily. You can think of it as a gentle background melody that relaxes the mind and creates the conditions for the body to begin recovery. I once met Linda, 72 years old, who complained of years of insomnia. After being advised to take magnesium, her sleep improved significantly, she said. For the first time in years, I was able to sleep for 6 straight hours without waking. But interestingly, although her sleep was better, her muscles were still weak, and walking remained difficult. That shows the limitation of magnesium. It opens the door to sleep, but it does not build muscle by itself. Why is magnesium the foundation but not the key? When you sleep, the body enters an anabolic state. Growth hormone is released and muscles begin to regenerate. But for this process to be complete, the body not only needs rest, it also requires raw materials to build muscle and activators to drive biochemical reactions. Magnesium only prepares the stage for this process. It is like setting up the lights and sound for a play, but the performance is only successful when the main actors arrive. And here, those are vitamin D and vitamin C. Without these two, no matter how well you sleep, muscles cannot fully recover. You will still feel tired, weak, and more prone to injury after exercise. Vitamin D, the activator of muscle building. Vitamin D is not simply the sunshine vitamin. It actually functions like a hormone, directly involved in muscle protein synthesis and the regulation of testosterone, the hormone that helps maintain muscle strength. Research shows that people deficient in vitamin D often feel weak, fatigued, and unable to train effectively. Conversely, with sufficient vitamin D, the body absorbs calcium and phosphorus better. Bones stay strong. Muscles develop more effectively, and the risk of falls decreases. One of my 65-year-old male patients shared that after being advised to take vitamin D in the evening, along with magnesium, he felt a clear difference. No more morning heaviness in the back and shoulders, and his endurance in workouts improved significantly. This demonstrates that magnesium prepares for sleep, but vitamin D is the actual builder of muscle during rest. Vitamin C, the nutrient for repair and recovery. If vitamin D is the activator, then vitamin C is the raw material for repair. It is essential for collagen synthesis, which forms tendons, ligaments, and connective tissues. Without vitamin C, muscles cannot attach firmly to the supportive framework of the body. Vitamin C is also a powerful antioxidant, neutralizing free radicals produced after exercise. This is why those who take vitamin C at night often wake up with less soreness and more energy. I remember Mary, 70 years old, who used to feel prolonged soreness after every afternoon workout. When I advised her to add vitamin C along with magnesium and vitamin D, Within weeks, she shared that every morning she woke up feeling lighter, as if younger again. The perfect trio for sleep and recovery. Magnesium, vitamin D, and vitamin C. Each plays an important role, but together they form a perfect trio. Magnesium helps with better sleep. Vitamin D activates the muscle-building process, and vitamin C provides the raw materials and antioxidant protection. This combination is especially beneficial for people over 60, when muscles weaken, immunity declines, and recovery slows. Instead of relying only on magnesium and hoping for miracles, you can actively add vitamin D and vitamin C to complete the recovery process. Scientific reality. And a message for you. Science has proven that muscle growth only occurs when three conditions are met: deeps, raw materials for building, and activators to drive the process. Magnesium only fulfills the first condition, without the other two. So if you are taking magnesium but still feel little improvement, do not. Remember, you only have the foundation. Adding vitamin D and vitamin C is the way to complete the house, giving you strength, firm and renewed energy every morning. If you are currently taking magnesium, try adding vitamin D and vitamin C for 30 days. Then return to this video to share your experience with the community. And do not forget to like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel to continue walking with us on the journey of health after 60. The synergy of vitamin D and C in health science. There is an important principle that many people often overlook. Our bodies do not operate based on individual nutrients, but on their synergy. Each vitamin and mineral is like an instrument in an orchestra. If only a violin or a piano played alone, the melody would never be complete. Only when the instruments blend together does the music become vibrant and full. The story of vitamin D and vitamin C is the same. Their combination creates a beautiful harmony for muscle recovery, especially in people over 60 years old. Vitamin D. Strength from within the muscle fiber. Vitamin D has long been known as an important factor for bone health, but when it comes to muscles, its role is even deeper. Vitamin D functions like a hormone, directly participating in muscle protein synthesis, a process necessary to rebuild and thicken muscle fibers after exercise. Not only that, vitamin D regulates testosterone, the hormone closely tied to muscle strength, flexibility, and vitality. When vitamin D levels are sufficient, muscles are not only stronger, but also more responsive, reducing fatigue after physical activity. On the other hand, a lack of vitamin D causes weak muscles, slow recovery, and even short walks can feel heavy. I remember a 67-year-old male patient who used to be a carpenter. He complained that his hands were losing strength, and familiar tasks like sawing wood or lifting boards became difficult. Tests showed a severe vitamin D deficiency. After a few months of proper supplementation, he returned with a bright smile. I can once again do things I thought were lost forever. Vitamin C, the protector of connective tissue and inflammation control. If vitamin D takes care of muscle fibers, vitamin C focuses on protecting the body's supporting structures, tendons, ligaments, and connective tissue. These are the soft framework that anchors muscles to bones, allowing you to stand firmly, move flexibly, and perform safe movements. Vitamin C directly participates in collagen synthesis, the protein that makes up a large portion of tendons and ligaments. Without vitamin C, connective tissue becomes weak and easily damaged, leading to chronic pain in the shoulders, back, or knees. Beyond that, vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant. After every workout, the body produces countless free radicals, molecules that cause inflammation and slow recovery. Vitamin C has the ability to extinguish these flames, helping you feel less sore in the morning and ready for a new day. A 70-year-old female patient once told me that before, every time she did evening yoga, the next morning she felt stiff joints. But since she began supplementing vitamin C before bed, this problem decreased significantly, and she started to enjoy exercise again. The power of synergy. The miracle only happens when these two factors work together. If you only have vitamin D, muscle fibers may grow, but weak connective tissue will leave them poorly supported. Conversely, if you only have vitamin C, connective tissue may be strong, but the muscle fibers lack the foundation to thicken and strengthen. When vitamin D and vitamin C are both present, they create an optimal recovery environment. Muscle fibers are rebuilt stronger, tendons and ligaments are reinforced, inflammation is controlled, free radicals are eliminated, the body feels less sore, and morning energy is renewed. I often tell patients, vitamin D is the brick that builds muscle, while vitamin C is the cement that holds the structure firmly together. From athletes to the elderly, a common formula. The interesting thing is that this formula is not only for young athletes, but also extremely helpful for older adults. For athletes, the synergy of vitamin D and C helps them recover quickly, reduce injuries, and maintain peak strength. For older adults, it becomes a tool to preserve independence, walking with ease, gripping firmly, and lowering the risk of falls. A study on older adults showed that those who maintained sufficient vitamin D and C levels had greater mobility, less chronic pain, and a brighter spirit compared to those who were deficient. This proves that sometimes simple solutions bring long-term results. Practical advice: if you're looking to improve muscle health, start with this combination. Let magnesium guide you into deep sleep. Then let vitamin D and vitamin C work together in recovery. You can supplement through diet, morning sunlight, fatty fish, eggs, fresh vegetables, oranges, berries, bell peppers, or through recommended supplements. Most important is to maintain consistency because the body needs continuity to achieve results. And remember, caring for muscles is not just about maintaining a strong body. It is about protecting your freedom, independence, and dignity in the years after 60. If you find value in the combination of vitamin D and C, try it for 30 days and feel the difference. Do not forget to like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue the journey of caring for health and muscles after 60. Timing determines effectiveness. When it comes to supplementing vitamins and minerals, most people only focus on what to take or how much is enough, while paying little attention to another factor just as important: timing. In reality, the time you take vitamins can directly affect muscle building, recovery ability, and your body's sense of energy the next day. This is an often overlooked aspect, but it has decisive value, especially for those in middle age or older, when nutrient absorption is no longer as strong as in youth. Throughout the day, our bodies constantly change physiological states, depending on activity, nutrition, and internal hormones. When you wake up in the morning, the body is in a catabolic state, breaking down energy to maintain basic functions. At this time, muscles are not prioritized for rebuilding, but rather using stored energy to start the day. If you take vitamin D or vitamin C early in the morning, muscle building will not be optimal because the body has not yet entered the recovery or rebuilding phase. In contrast, in the evening, especially 1 to 2 hours before bedtime, the body begins preparing for an anabolic state. During this phase, growth hormone levels rise, testosterone stabilizes, while cortisol, the stress hormone that breaks down muscle, decreases. This is the golden recovery window you can take advantage of. If you supplement vitamin D to support muscle protein synthesis, or vitamin C to promote collagen production and extinguish free radicals, the recovery process will be far more effective than taking them in the morning. Another interesting point is that recent studies show deep sleep combined with proper nutrition timing creates a perfect environment for the body to repair micro-muscle damage, restore connective tissue, and even boost immunity. This means that if you take vitamins at the right time, you not only improve muscle strength, but also reduce the risk of inflammation, soreness, or colds after exercise. Imagine the body as a construction site. During the day, the site is busy with transportation, energy use, and handling work. At night, when everything calms down, that is when the builders begin repairing, rebuilding, and upgrading. If you deliver materials, vitamins, in the morning, they just sit there unused. But if you provide them in the evening, the materials go straight into the repair process, helping the structure, your muscles, become strong and resilient. For older adults, timing is even more important. After 60, absorption decreases and biological rhythms are easily disrupted. Supplementing vitamin D and C in the evening not only aligns with the body's natural recovery phase, but also improves sleep quality and reduces cramps or stiffness upon waking. This is why many geriatric doctors recommend adjusting vitamin timing rather than only focusing on which vitamin to take. Some people worry that taking vitamins at night may cause sleep problems. However, this usually only happens if supplements contain caffeine or stimulants. With vitamin D and vitamin C, you can rest assured, as they do not disrupt sleep, but instead help stabilize the nervous system, especially when combined with magnesium. To apply this practically, you can try a simple habit, about 1 hour after dinner. Take vitamin D and vitamin C. At this time, the body has digested most of the food, is preparing for sleep, and is ready to absorb nutrients for rebuilding. If you maintain this consistently for 3 to 4 weeks, you will clearly notice changes. Less morning soreness, better mood, firmer and stronger muscles after each workout. So it can be said, timing determines effectiveness. You may take the right vitamins in the right dosage, but if the timing is wrong, muscle recovery and building efficiency will decrease significantly. On the other hand, if you capture the golden window in the evening, you will maximize benefits, increasing strength, improving immunity, and allowing the body to fully restore during sleep. When do you usually take vitamins? Morning or evening? Leave a comment below so we can discuss together. And do not forget to like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel to continue exploring valuable knowledge about health and nutrition. Practical application and the 30-day challenge. I know that when we sit and listen about hormones, collagen, or the anabolic process, sometimes everything feels too abstract. But health cannot stop at theory. It only becomes truly meaningful when you turn knowledge into action, action into habit, and habit into part of your daily lifestyle. And that is why I want to invite you to step into a small challenge. One that can bring great changes to your body and your life. This challenge is very simple. Take vitamin D and vitamin C before going to bed, continuously for 30 days. It does not have to be an expensive treatment. It does not require complicated steps. Only a small commitment to yourself. And then, you will have the chance to observe the transformation day by day, naturally and clearly. Imagine your mornings after the first week. You open your eyes and realize you no longer feel as heavy, stiff, or sore when waking up. The dull aches in your calves or lower back are reduced, and you find yourself standing up easily and walking more steadily. One of my patients, Robert, 68 years old, once said, "Before, every morning I had to sit for a long time on the edge of the bed, take a deep breath, and then carefully stand up because I was afraid of falling. But only after a few weeks of taking vitamin D and C at night, I felt as if my body had regained strength. My steps became more secure, and I felt at least 10 years younger. By the second week, you may begin to feel changes in your daytime energy. Instead of fatigue or sluggishness, you will feel renewed vitality to do housework, take a walk, or join a light exercise session. This is not the instant stimulation of coffee, but a steady flow of energy that comes from your muscles and connective tissues being repaired better each night. By the third week, your body will begin to show deeper signals. You may notice that hidden inflammation in your joints or tendons gradually decreases. The sharp pains when lifting heavy objects or twisting your body are no longer as obvious. This is the effect of vitamin C in rebuilding collagen and extinguishing inflammatory free radicals. At the same time, vitamin D continues to strengthen the muscle fibers, helping you maintain strength and improve balance. By the end of 30 days, you will notice an overall change. Stronger muscles, more flexible joints, greater morning energy, and a more relaxed mind. Some studies have shown that proper supplementation of vitamin D and C can reduce the risk of falls in older adults, one of the leading causes of fractures and serious health decline. This means you are not only improving your current quality of life, but also protecting yourself from risks in the future. You see, health is not just the absence of illness, but the ability to live fully, strongly, and freely in every moment. When your muscles are strong, you can walk with ease. When your joints and tendons are flexible, you can bend down to play with your grandchildren without worrying about pain. When your mornings are full of energy, you can enjoy the whole day with excitement instead of resting because of fatigue. I know you may ask, is taking only vitamin D and C enough? The answer is that they are not magic, but they are important foundation stones. Just like building a house, you cannot use only cement and ignore sand, bricks, and steel. but without cement, you cannot build the wall. Vitamin D and C are the same. They are two essential pieces in the picture of overall health, especially when it comes to muscle recovery and healthy living after 60. More importantly, this 30-day challenge is not just about taking vitamins. It is also a mental commitment that you are ready to put your health as a priority, that you are ready to experiment, to discover a better version of yourself. And once you feel the change, I believe you will not want to return to the old lifestyle. So I want to extend a sincere invitation. Begin this challenge today. Do not wait until your body cries out with pain or fatigue before taking action. Take vitamin D and C before bed, consistently for 30 days, and let your body tell you the story of recovery. Try it today, and share this video so more people can improve their muscle health. Sometimes, a small action can change our entire journey of living strong and living long. My dear friend, after everything we have walked through together in this video, I want to remind you of one simple but very important truth. Muscles are not only built in the gym, they are nourished and restored in sleep through the right nutrients. Magnesium can help us relax and sleep better, but that alone is not enough. It is vitamin D and vitamin C that are the silent workers, working through the night to make muscles stronger, joints more flexible, and immunity more resilient. One strengthens muscle fibers, balances hormones, and supports calcium absorption. The other rebuilds collagen, protects tendons and ligaments, and reduces inflammation. When combined, they create a complete recovery formula, a simple but precious gift for the health of middle age and older years. I want you to imagine, if every night you give your body exactly what it needs, then every morning you will not only wake with firmer legs, but also with a calmer spirit and greater confidence in your own health. And that is truly what we are seeking. Not just a long life, but a healthy life, a strong life, and a joyful life. I believe that strength does not lie in age, but in how we nourish our bodies each day. And with just one small decision, such as supplementing vitamin D and C at the right time, you can change the quality of your own life. So, if you find these messages helpful, I sincerely invite you, like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and most importantly, share this video with friends and loved ones. Who knows? You may be the one who brings positive change to the health of someone you care about. Thank you for walking with me to the end of this video. May every morning you wake be filled with vitality, steadiness, and peace.